Another scholar that explains motivation is Herzberg. So for Herzberg, what did he say about motivation? He developed the two-factor theory about motivation, which is motivators and IG. So what are motivators? Motivators are those factors that brings job satisfaction. And what is job satisfaction? We're talking about job enrichment, job rotation, and job enrichment, job rotation, and what else do we talk about? Job satisfaction, job enrichment, job rotation, and job enlargement. So when I talk about job satisfaction, like I told you earlier, it is job enrichment, rotation, and enlargement. So these things are those factors that will bring motivators. So for motivators, he said workers are motivated basically if these things are in place. So these factors are long-term factors that would make an employee to continue to be at workplace, to continue to be motivated, to continue to carry out that job with a lot of eagerness and satisfaction. So what are those factors? One, sense of achievement. So what is sense of achievement here? Okay, I said this implies the motivation that arises as a result of workers wanting to be successful. Because you really want to be successful, this could be a motivator for you. So whatever happens, you don't think about that, but you want to achieve something tangible. So this could be your sort of motivation to be successful. I really want to be successful at this job. I really want to achieve something here. So this could be a motivator for you. That's what Herzberg is talking about. I think it's clear. The second one, chances of promotion. Workers are motivated when they know the chances of them being promoted are high if they work harder. Some workers are motivated because they know if they work harder, they could be promoted. I know what promotion means. Taking you from the position you have to the next level. So some workers are motivated because they know if they really work hard, they might get to that stage. They might get to the next level. So the third one, chances of improvement. This is the kind of motivation derived when workers know that working hard could make them better at workplace. So you could derive motivation when you know that this job you are doing could make you to become better in terms of skills and technical know-how. So when you know this job you're doing would get you will make you to become better, you might be motivated as a result of that. So knowing fully that this job, doing it better, doing it well, working hard on it will make you better, it is a sort of motivator. It is a motivator, that a source of motivation. Is it clear? Recognition of effort. Workers are motivated whenever they are certain that accolades will be given to them for a job well done. So when I know if I do this job well, my bosses will acknowledge me, they will appreciate me, they will give me that accolade. So this is a sort of motivation for me. So workers are motivated also when they know that they will be appreciated for the effort put in the job. Is it clear? Nature of the job itself. Some people choose that job because the job is ideal for them. So naturally they love the job. They love how the job is. So they choose that job. They are motivated in that. They are motivated because this is an ideal job for them. You get it? So the motivation is derived based on the fact that the job they are doing is the job they really wanted. So it will be as if they are not working at all. Choose the job you really like. It will be as if you are not working. Because you do it with all satisfaction. So that's all about the motivators. And remember I said motivators are whatever factors that gives job satisfaction. And when we talk about job satisfaction, we're talking about job enlargement, job enrichment, job rotation. So all these factors are factors that motivate workers in the long run. Is it clear? Good. Then, the other factor is hygiene factors. The hygiene factors, we call them the maintenance factors. So what are these hygiene factors? I wrote, these are factors that could bring dissatisfaction to workers at workplace. These factors are basically from the employers. So if these things are not in place, workers may be dissatisfied. Workers might not be motivated. Workers may not be happy. But it is for a short time. It does not take it is not for a long term. These hygiene are basically for a short period of time. But if they are not in place, they could make workers to be unhappy. But this cannot make workers to be happy forever. Do you get it? They are hygiene factors. They don't make workers to be happy forever. But if they are not there, workers may not be happy. Unlike the motivators. The motivators are reasons why workers will be satisfied at work. So it's a long term. Hygiene is a short term and also important. So what are the hygiene factors? The first one. Okay, like I said, these are factors that could bring dissatisfaction to workers at workplace. They are called maintenance factors. You know, maintenance. You don't want it to get spoiled. You are maintaining it. So it's a maintenance factor. So it is important, it's part of what the employers give to employees. Without these things, employees might not work hard. Employees might be demotivated. They might be dissatisfied. Okay, so one of them, look at what I said, improvement in these factors cannot motivate workers in the long run. But if they are not met, it could lead to a fall in productivity. So what does it imply? It means employers might improve these things, these hygiene factors or maintenance factors. But this does not guarantee satisfaction in the long run. Do you understand? So workers might be, at that point in time, if these things are improved, if there's improvement on these things, workers might be happy immediately at that point in time. But in the long run, it does not keep them. It does not make them to be happy forever. So these are the things that attract workers. I think it's clear. So the first one, pay. The amount worker gets in terms of financial package may motivate them. Yes. The salary you earn, the money you earn at your job is a sort of motivation, but it's an hygiene factor. Workers might earn salary and still not be happy. Do you get it? So you might earn a lot of money at workplace and still not happy. So higher pay might not keep you motivated forever. That is what the point is saying here. The pay is attractive. Without higher pay, you might not even want to take the job. So you taking the job, you've taken the job because the pay is high. But that does not make you motivated for a long period of time. 2, conditions. The working environment can also motivate the workers. It must be conducive to working. So the working environment, it's also a factor which has to be put into consideration. So, but the working environment does not keep workers motivated forever. That is the point here. But it should be part of what will motivate workers. That, according to Herzberg. So it is part of what will motivate worker, but it doesn't motivate worker forever. The third one, company's policy. When we talk about company's policy, we're talking about the rules and regulations in the company. But one thing is this, there are rules to be respected. But how do you go about these rules? How do employers go about these rules? That is procedure. So whenever you talk about policy, you need to talk about the procedure. Procedure is the way in which the policy is being carried out. The way in which the policy is being executed. So policies sometimes from the company might demotivate workers. Do you understand what I'm saying here? So yeah, we have to respect the rules, the regulation of the company. That is the policy. But how do you go about employees respecting these rules? Do you think it's the ideal way for them? Or do you think you still need to be flexible? Do employers know that there needs to be flexibility when carrying out these policies. That is the procedure. So most of the time, the policies are there, the policies are right, but the procedures of the policies are wrong, and this demotivates employees. So that's why I wrote and said, there are policies and procedures. The way a company places its policies and how they are being carried out may have an impact in the motivation of workers. So the procedures of those policies might have a negative or positive impact in motivation of workers. Is it clear? The fourth one, treatment at work. Are the workers assets or cost? So the way you treat your workers at the workplace might also motivate or demotivate them. Do you treat them as an asset or you treat them as a cost? If you treat them as an asset, you want to improve them. You want them to feel well, you want them to feel better. But if you are treating them as a cost, that means you want to minimize them. So this can also demotivate or motivate workers. Is it clear? And lastly, inability to develop. Workers may be demotivated when there are no chances to become better. So if you know here, there's no point. You can't add up more skills. You can't be an added value. You can't become better. So what's the point staying? So you might be demotivated. You might be dissatisfied. You might be unhappy. Because here you can't develop. Here you won't get better. As a person, as an employee, as an individual. Is it clear? So, the IG factors are basically those factors that must be within, that comes from the employers, and it must be present at workplace every now and then. Improvement on them does not guarantee motivation. But it is important they are part of what employers give to employees. But for the motivators, this is the worker itself, the worker. So you as an individual, you that want to work, the motivators are the reasons why you are working. The first one, sense of achievement. You really want to be successful. So that is a motivator. It's a motivator for you. I really want to get there. This is where I'm going. I'm motivated already. Irrespective of whatever happens. Irrespective of the pay. Irrespective of the working environment. Irrespective of developing or not developing me. Irrespective of the policy. This is where I want to get to. So the motivation comes within you. Chances of promotion. You are motivated because you know when you work hard on it, you get better and you go to the next level. Chances of improvement. You know you want to get better. And the only way to get better is to keep working hard. If you don't work hard, you don't get better. So this is a motivation for you. Recognition of effort. When you know that they're going to appraise you, when you know they're going to give you accolades, when you know they're going to appreciate your effort, this could be a sort of motivation. Responsibility. I didn't explain responsibility the other time. For responsibility, workers are motivated when they are accountable for their decisions and tasks. So whatever you do, you know that whatever you do, you are accountable for it. Then it will be a sort of motivation for you. You know, you do it well, you'll be accountable for it. You don't do it well, you'll be accountable for it. So this is a sort of motivation. And nature of the job itself. Is it an ideal job for you? This is the kind of job you wanted. So this is the kind of job I want. So I am motivated as a teacher because I love teaching. So it's an ideal job for me. So this is a sort of motivation, irrespective of this. Is it clear? Any question about Herzberg? Clear. So for Herzberg, there are some criticism about Herzberg too. Oh my goodness. Not take the English. Okay, yeah. We'll screenshot from the video, okay? So for the criticism about Herzberg, the problems. Since there are two factors already, it means one way or the other, workers might not be motivated. So if workers are motivated on this aspect, this might not make them to be motivated. So that means there is no ideal way to make workers motivated. Because here they might be motivated with this, but with this could make them to become demotivated. So there is no ideal way to make workers motivated.